Hey guys, Prof here, and we've got a bit more of a talking head video for you here.
I'm kidding. We're not shooting it that close. But this is just a quick thought experiment, prompt, however you want to say that. And what it is I think it's time that Samsung made a M.2 QLC SSD. And they don't, if you guys are wondering. They make MLC, they make TLC, generally the Evo. The MLC is generally the Pro. Now they finally have their Gen 4 drive with the 980 Pro. I think it's time, especially with Gen 4, that they make a QLC drive. Now before, it might not have been their market, and the reason is because of Intel with their 600p, their 660p, and then their 665p, especially on like the 1 terabyte and up. That's where those were. But Intel has basically canceled all production of their consumer SSDs. I actually know a couple people that bought some because of that. So somebody needs to fill that market. Now, Sabrent's been doing a good job, but I wouldn't mind seeing like a 980 or 970 QVO. You know, something that has a proper cache, which wasn't always the case with the Intel drives, or definitely isn't the case with some of those previously Toshiba, now Kioxia ones that are just the single chip. Those aren't always cached. So cashless QLC is ungoshly slow. And gotta remember, Samsung is the one that made TLC reasonable with the Evo drives. They added a cache, a decent controller, and an SLC. They added a DRAM cache. When I refer to cache, that's what I mean, is a DRAM cache. And then they added a decent controller and the ability to run the TLC and SLC. So, and the QVO, as much as people say they're horrible, I use them. I edited off of them. It's 4 in RAID 0. And then I have one that's caching a hard drive. So we'll see how long that thing lasts. But as long as you stay within the SLC cache on those QLC drives, they're pretty much just as fast. And if you get a 2 terabyte, that SLC cache is big. So I'd be interested in seeing their take on a M.2 PCIe NVMe QLC and SSD. I don't know what you guys think. Let me know down below in the comments or hit me up on Twitter. I think they can make a good one. You know, they have their QVO drives, just apply that into a M.2. Give Sabrent a run for their money. Especially with, and I think they didn't do it because Intel kind of had that cornered for a long time. Because they do their Optane super high end, and then they'd aim at the, they were some of, I think, the first to come up with a QLC M.2, and those were at the price as some TLC SATA drives at the time. And I'd much rather have a QLC M.2 than a TLC SATA drive. Like, not a high-end TLC, but a low-end TLC SATA drive. So let me know what your thoughts on this are. It's just something I'm throwing out there because I kind of expect it to happen for one. But I think it should come up pretty soon. But the 980 Pro was delayed, probably because of, the situation going on. But it'd be nice to have a cheap M.2 to drop in, like a cheap but good M.2 to drop into builds, especially ones that are more like office-oriented. So we'll see you in the next one, and hopefully you enjoyed some of my tech thoughts here.